Hello again, everybody. It's Paul Gerald with Groundhopper Soccer Guides and EnglishSoccerGuide.com. And today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about two questions that come up all the time in my business. One is, how do tickets work, especially at these big Premier League clubs? And the second is, how do I fit into this system? For example, how is it that I can sell you tickets or a hospitality package to a game when the club says that game is sold out? So wanted to take a minute to answer both of those questions. See, at Groundhopper Guides, my mission really is not just to sell tickets to games. It's a lot more than that. I want you to connect with the club, the people around you, the town that you're in, by not just going to the game, but by knowing the history of the club, knowing a bit about the city that you're in, knowing the songs that they're singing, knowing some of the culture of the place, knowing which pubs to go to before the game where you might have a chance to meet some supporters, and so on. But as part of that, yes, I am a ticket agency, and that means I'm part of this confusing and often frustrating world of trying to get tickets, especially to the big 5 or 6 Premier League clubs. So what I did, I was kind of geeked out on the computer here and put together a couple of flow charts for you. I'm going to tell you a little bit just generally how do the clubs in England allocate their tickets. How do they allocate hospitality packages, and what is a hospitality package? How do I fit into that system? And then just a little bit about how to work with me, because I would love to help you go to a game in England and have a really great experience doing it. So like I said, geeked out, made a couple of flowcharts. So let's head over to the computer and I will teach you a little bit about English soccer tickets and hospitality. All right, so let's start with good old-fashioned tickets, just like the old days when you just went to the club, got a ticket, and went to the game, which you can still do at smaller clubs all over England, but not at the top of the Premier League. So all tickets, of course, start with the club. That makes perfect sense. So what also makes sense is the first group to get taken care of, season ticket holders. Obviously, if you got season tickets to Chelsea, you get a ticket to every game. There's usually a little window of time where season ticket holders can also buy more tickets early in the process for each game. The next group that gets taken care of are club members. These are just people who pay an annual fee to be a member of the club. You can join as well. A lot of them have international memberships. The thing is that this level of the sale is usually prioritized by points, loyalty points. And how do you get points? You buy tickets. So if you're new to the game, you're going to be at the end of this line, and people have been buying tickets for 20 years and have thousands of points. They're going to be ahead of you in this line. Then, after both of those groups have been taken care of, if there are any tickets left, they go on sale straight to the public. This is what they call general sale. Outside of the, say, upper half of the Premier League, this tends to happen. At a club like Liverpool, Man U, Chelsea, things like that, they never go to general sale. You got to be a member to have any kind of shot at tickets, and if you're a new member, it's still going to be tough. They also sell tickets directly to brokers and resellers. We'll get to them later, so just hold that thought. But brokers and resellers also buy tickets directly from the clubs. The last area where you can get tickets, still buying really from the club, is the official resale area. Almost all clubs have one of these, usually on their website. This is if you're a season ticket holder or a club member. You can't make the game. You can put your ticket back up for sale in the resale area, but you got to be a season ticket holder or a club member to buy in the resale area. So another reason to have a club membership. So I put this line in here because at this point we're still within what you might call the club ticket ecosystem, right? This is basically still buying tickets, regular tickets from the club. The reality, of course, is a lot of tickets wind up going outside of this system and onto third-party websites like StubHub, Live Ticket Net, Football Ticket Net. You know these websites. If you've Googled Premier League tickets, you've seen them. They're all over the place. And what's happening here is that people with season tickets or club members who manage to get a ticket are reselling these tickets out on StubHub and so on because they can make a lot more money. The thing to remember about these sites is they are almost all illegal. Technically, it is against the law in the United Kingdom to resell a ticket to a football game. These are called touts, T-O-U-T-S. In the States, we call them scalpers. In the UK, they're touts. And virtually all of it is illegal. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get ripped off. Obviously, if they ripped off everybody, they wouldn't still be in business. But what it does mean is you don't really know who you're dealing with. And it could be a hassle. I've heard a lot of stories of people who didn't get their tickets until an hour before the game, which can be very, very stressful. In some cases, what you're getting is someone's season ticket, which is actually a card that gets swiped at the turnstile. So you meet somebody an hour before the game, you get a ticket from them, or you get the card from them, and then you got to find them after the game to give it back. The whole thing's kind of sketchy, a little unnerving, and yeah, I've had also people that showed up at the turnstile to find out they didn't have tickets to the game. So that is a dodgy area, which I encourage you to try to stay away from. And people often ask me, have I been ripped off? No, because I've never bought tickets on one of those websites. So if you want to hear more about that, the Premier League has a whole section called Safe Ticket Buying, premierleague.com/touts. They also have a list there of what they call known unauthorized ticket sale websites. Personally, I would just do everything you can to stay on the left side of that green line there because it's 100% legal. So now let's talk about hospitality. First of all, what is hospitality? It is just a ticket plus some kind of a benefit like lounge access, a stadium tour, a pregame meal, some drinks, a hotel room, etc. Just seats plus some kind of a benefit that the general public doesn't get. By the way, these are almost always just regular seats. These are not like sitting in a VIP box behind a glass or something. Regular seats, often quite nice seats, very comfortable, nice part of the stadium, and then some kind of benefit that the public doesn't have. All the clubs have them. The big Premier League clubs have many different options, and of course they sell them straight to the public. You don't have to be a member, have season tickets, any of this kind of stuff. You can go to the club website, call up their office, and see what they've got available for every game. They also sell a bunch to brokers and resellers. This is the bulk of the business for these brokers and resellers, is they contract directly with the club and buy in bulk, say anywhere from 10 to 50 to even 200 of these seats to every home game. So that is why, for example, sometimes the club will say, gosh, all the hospitality is sold out, but our official resellers and brokers have some for sale. If you want to know who's their official resellers and brokers, go to the club website and search for authorized reseller. They'll have them right on there, easy to spot, or simply reach out to the club and say, who are your authorized resellers? By the way, remember, those brokers and resellers also get tickets. So we're going to come back to that again in just a second. So the brokers have hospitality package and sometimes just regular tickets. What do they do with them? Well, they usually package them with a hotel because they have relationships with the hotel industry and then sell them straight to the general public on their own websites. If you have a hotel room already or an Airbnb or you're staying with friends, this can be kind of frustrating. You don't need a hotel room. Maybe you don't want to stay in a 4-star hotel in central London. You just want to go to the game. Well, they also sell tickets through registered agents. That's me. I am a registered agent for 2 of these brokers who contract directly with the clubs to sell hospitality packages. That's how I'm authorized to do this. And if you would like to, if you're asking about a particular package, I can put you in touch with the broker who will confirm that in fact I am registered with them, and the club will confirm that the broker is cool. So that's how it works. The advantage of me is I almost never require a hotel room purchase. There are a few instances that we'll run into where you're going to need to buy a hotel with the particular ticket that I'm selling, but for the most part, I don't want to deal with hotels. If you've already got a hotel or a place to stay, this is where I come in handy. I'm selling the hospitality packages without them straight to you. So as you can see here, there's a direct line from club through broker, through me, to you. And since it all starts back at the club and is all directly connected to the club, that again makes the whole thing 100% legal. So that is how I, Groundhopper Guides, EnglishSoccerGuide.com, fit into the system for tickets and hospitality. So just quickly, how can you work with me to get a hold of some of these tickets and packages? Go to EnglishSoccerGuide.com. Again, I don't just sell tickets. I do sell tickets and hospitality, but that's not all I do. I also have a guidebook for sale that I wrote and published. I have a blog where you can keep up with all the latest developments and hopefully read some entertaining stories. Have consulting and trip planning help. This is mainly if you know you want to go to a game or several, and you're not really exactly sure which game you want to go to, but you just want to go to something fun. This is where I can really help put your trip together and suggest a full itinerary. I also have Groundhop tours that you can join. Hook up with like-minded folks such as yourself and me, and we'll go have a fantastic day together and go to a game. And of course, there's a newsletter that is totally free. It comes out every couple of weeks called The Groundhopper. So let's just quickly then take a look at the website, and I'll just kind of show you where to go. This is the main front page. Says it right there. You want to watch some soccer in England? You're not sure where to start? Start here. Just click that button right there, and here are all the options. The blog, the newsletter, phone consultation, custom itineraries. That's just a little more detailed assistance in planning a trip. Get a ticket or a hospitality quote right there. Request a quote. Then you can go here, a little bit more information about the packages, what's the process here for working with me to actually purchase one of them, and then a form to get a quote. You tell me what game you're interested in or what club or time frame or anything, I will work with you. No charge, of course, to get a quote. By the way, if there is a particular club you're interested in, if you go up here to the top and see Learn and then Meet the Clubs, you'll see first my fancy Google map of all the clubs around England, and then here's a list, for example, of everybody in the Premier League, and let's just click on Crystal Palace here. You'll see here everything I've written about Crystal Palace. In fact, here is a blog post about the Crystal Palace hospitality package. Here's a view from the seats. Here's much more information about the package, about going to a game at Palace, about what you get in your little lounge area, and then again, a form to get a quote for your trip to Crystal Palace. So again, it's EnglishSoccerGuide.com. Come on over and have a look around and see how we can work together. Okay, so there you have it. That is a little bit more about the often confusing world of Premier League tickets and how Groundhopper Guides fits into that system. So if you want to find out some more, if you want any kind of help getting to a game in England, whether you know the exact game you want to see or you just know that you want to go to games and you don't know how any of this stuff works, that is what we're here for. So get in touch via the website, EnglishSoccerGuide.com. You can click the contact there. You can read up the blog. You can subscribe to the newsletter. You can also subscribe here on YouTube while you're at it. Maybe you can even try a little soccer trivia that I put together. And also look for the video of my 5 favorite crowd reaction videos. Give you an idea of the kind of adventures you can have going to games. So thanks very much for watching. Hope to hear from you soon. And I will see you at the grounds.